Hey there, this is a brand new recording for I guess, understanding how to use the ImageStop modular website build that we have been using for, well, standardly, I guess, for websites for probably the last year and a half. This is just a quick overview to give you, our clients, an idea of how you can add to and change and do things with your website very easily. We started using this system and building and advancing upon it a year and a half ago, just very simply to make life easier for clients so they can do much more with their website. And if you've got the time to be able to do these things, great. If not, just be assured that we are also there for you there. Give us a call and we can absolutely help and work with things too. So not only that, but as part of your maintenance packages here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start actually with the ImageStop site itself. You'll see here that I am logged out, but I will log in. When you go into the login area for your website, this is kind of what it will look like. You may have a slightly different logo image up here. That's okay. We tend to change that around, have some fun with that. All right, so we're going to log right in here first of all. And as you can see here, I've got the login already saved and ready to go. That's one of the standard things we set too. All right, so here we are on the first login screen. Most of the newer sites, you're going to get a customized login screen just much like this. If you need any assistance, as we said right here, you can email us directly from your admin panel. So that's a nice feature here. Interested or curious about some of the other things we do, you can check out some of these things too. They do actually link to pages on our website, so you can have a look there and inquire as to more things that we can do for you. We do focus on customer service and making sure that you get the most return out of your website as possible. Please do not hesitate to ask questions about how we can help and make things better for you, because that is what we do. So let's roll on through here. So I'm going to go immediately to a page just so we can kind of see what it is that you can do within each page. I'm going to go in and I'm going to use, I'm going to show you the page here. I'm going to use the website maintenance page here that we have. And I'm going to do some changes to that one if we can use those as a, we can use those as a bit of an example of how you can make these changes and how easy it is. So let's go through to the website maintenance and let's take a look there. That is the website maintenance details page. There it is right there. Go to edit. Now once we've built a site for you, you're going to have all these pages available just like you've seen here. And how to edit is as simple as going in and doing some of this stuff. So I'll show you here on editing a page, and I'll show you quickly on a quick page build as well. All right, let's go through and look at the structure of the page first of all. Here using the builder here, you'll see that, let's see here. Wrong one, sorry. You'll see here that website maintenance. So what we have here is you've got your top navigation area. That is in the very top, extra navigation line, and the secondary one. Those ones are set and preset within other areas of the site. Those are so that every single page you go to will remain looking the same. Here, this is our feature or full width header. Go to here, full width header. Go in, I'll click that and you can see what it does. Website maintenance, it doesn't have to be costly to be safe. Let's go in, there you go. There's that same text there. Now how that all works is really simple. Here's your title, here's your subheading. You can even add buttons if you want. Then links for your buttons and stuff would go into these areas. And it's all pretty self-explanatory. We can add a logo into that section if we want. Change or add our background. In this case, we have a nice little gradient. That can be changed. Going further, change exactly where the gradient starts. Lots of different things. Now if I want to change this and say this is the IS maintenance title. If I save and exit, you'll see that just changes this here, the labeling for that, so we know what that is going forward. Quite often we will do that for clients as well in a preset before you have your site released. That's just something, again, to make life easy for you. I want to go back in, though. I want to show you. So this is basically the easy or beginner, simplest editing area. Let's go to the design button here. As we go to the design button, you'll see there's other sections here that we can change things. Text and logo orientation. Right now, as you notice here, the text is all centered. If we go in here, we can set it to left, right, or even fully justified. We can make it a full screen, so instead of just this bar, it can be in a full screen of that green and text and stuff. Scrolling down icon, we can add a scroll down button. So what I'm going to do just for fun here is I'm going to go make this, we'll go right, we'll say full screen. We're going to say we're going to add a scroll down button. We're going to change that button to be this one here. We're going to change the button to be, let's say I want it to be white. That's good enough size. We'll just leave it as is, vertically centered, so on and so forth. Now look what you can do here for your background image too. There's so many different things you can do and add and change things right there within the control panel of your page. Again, we've adopted this and been using this for all sites because this is such an amazing tool to make it easier for modifying and changing and adding things to your sites to make it as unique and special that you would like to make it. So go on, we have a text, the text color is light. We can change it to dark and make that a black text instead. Or you can even go in and once you get into this section here, you can change it to specific colors according to what you want right there. In this case, I'm going to leave it, but you are able to do that. You can change the size of your text, note on desktop size, tablet size, and smartphone size. So at the smartphone, say I want to reduce that to be, a little bit smaller than what it is here. I'm going to change this and use it a bit smaller as well. Therefore, we have, 3 different sizes depending on the actual screen that you're viewing your page on. As you go further here, here's our content if we had any extra content on there. And as you scroll down, look at all the different things here. Customize the button sizes and shapes and colors and everything. You can just adjust padding. You can actually create rounded corners and borders for your buttons. And shadows to the entire box. You can add different filters on top of it. And as we scroll down to the bottom, you can even change and have it a bit of an animation. I'm going to make it a zoom animation for this edit. So I'm going to save and exit this. Now, until you click that update button on the right-hand side, nothing happens. I'm just going to click that and say, hey, let's take a look now. So here we go. Once that finishes updating, which it has, I'm going to go back to the page and I'm going to refresh the page. Now watch what happens to this. It's going to become now a full screen one with the animation. It now has this button at the bottom, just like we said. It's a right justification. Everything exactly as we said. If I click that, of course, it scrolls to the next section. Not too bad. So that's an easy way of doing some of those things. Now what I'm going to go do is go back in here. I'm going to show you a neat little trick. Say I've decided, you know what, I really liked it the way it was. Scroll down your page. As you go down your page, you're going to see here revisions. Now, if you don't see the revision section, scroll back up. Up here in the top right, you're going to see screen options. Click that, and there's this revisions button that turns that on and off. So we go down here. I'm going to back to revisions. See, you know what? I want that to be back the way it was. And I'm going to leave that page. So by doing that, it's going to set up the code, show me the coding changes. I'm going to say restore this vision. We want, this revision. Pardon me. We want that to be the way the old page was. So if we go back in here, and we go and hit refresh, of course, that's going to go back to the page that we had initially set when we first started this tutorial. There we go. I notice some things have changed here in the top. Now I will say sometimes there are coding issues. Okay, I'm going to go to the home page here on a separate one just to see. Coding issues happen. Okay, not a big deal. So it hasn't changed for the entire thing, which is awesome. There you go. It's bad. So what happens there is sometimes some scripts will load before or even instead of other scripts as we're doing some of the things. Note there that just a refresh of the page did fix that. That was just simply the browser cache or the browser reading it weirdly or differently because of the different revisions we had made. If you do have any problems such as what you just noticed there and you can't get rid of them, yes, get a hold of us. Please do consider signing up for these website maintenance plans. This isn't a way for us to just kind of grab money, honestly. This is a way for us to be able to help and make sure that things are fixed. We have right there 2 hours of, in each different section, a month, quarterly, or biannually, of edits, changes, and additions. That's helping you out when there's problems. Because with websites, things do happen. They are not perfect. There are little issues that will happen. Sometimes it's as simple as making sure that backups and updates are done. Those updates and stuff are very, very important, in fact critical to the safety of your website as well as to making sure things function properly. You notice that your computer and your web browser will get updated on a fairly regular basis. Well, that does affect how your website displays, just to make sure you're aware. Okay, so going back through there, we're going to go back into some other areas of this one. So let's take a look here. We've got here title, subtitle, image. Well, that there is the, look at this. There's our title, there's our subtitle, and there's the image that we put in that section. How easy was that to change? Well, let's take a look. We click this, again, the hamburger menu is how you change that. There you go. Click that, upload image. You can pick any of the images that you happen to have all sitting here, which is just awesome. We have some of our defaults there. We've got a whole bunch of different pictures we could use there. In this case, I'm not going to change it, but that's how simple it is. Say you want another image into there. Click Insert Module, scroll through, and look at all the different modules you have available. Here's the image one, you click that. But you've got several other ones. A number counter. You can have pricing tables, such as what we have on that page, and I'll show you this later on. We can have a social media follow. We can have a video that we put in here, just by simply clicking that button. Click, and then upload the video here, or put in the URL to your YouTube video or Vimeo video. Great way of doing it. Image overlay. You can add an overlay image there for where people click. Again, and you can also change the admin label so you know what it is. Awesome thing to do. You don't want a section? Easy. Click the X, it's gone. And again, until you click update, nothing goes live. So let's go further here. Say you want to add, I'll just kind of go through here. You want to add underneath, so before the line, and incidentally, this right here is the line. Before the line, you want to have 3 feature boxes that feature certain things with your website. Well, watch this. Add row. Click. It immediately says, how would you like to set up the columns? I'm going to set them up in thirds. There they are. 1, 2, 3. Just for fun, I'm going to set up, we're going to call it a blurb. Same idea as a feature box. Feature, and I'm going to call this feature 1. And we're going to say text for feature goes here. So you get the idea of what that is supposed to be there. We can actually set a link to somewhere else in the website. No, you can't click there and just simply add the link. It doesn't work that way, but you can go into your website, right-click, and copy link address. And then go to here and paste the link address right there. You can do it that way. We'll just do that for now. Image icon. Let's use an icon in this case. Look at that. Okay, so we've got a feature box. We can add different icons. I'm going to add, I want something big, global. Let's look at that. So we just kind of scroll here through here, and we find, let's use this. I'm going to use a bit of a, yeah, I'll use a globe. That sounds good. So we use that one there, and the icon is now in place. They might think, okay, that doesn't do too much. Well, let's go here. I'm going to pull this, sorry, feature box for our admin, easy to find there. Now going to the design section, here's where we can change the icon colors. I want that to be my company green. We're going to make the circle to be white. And then circle border, we're going to make that my company green. Awesome, replace that on the top. We can use different sizes for that. Right now I'm going to say that the default size is good enough. Text we're going to keep dark. We're going to keep the text orientation. We're going to make that center. And let's just leave it there. Oh, actually no, let's do this. Let's go with the title. These are different title sizes. So H1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. In this case, I believe it's H1 that we're using. We're going to make sure that's lined in the center. And I'm going to make that green. And you know what? I'm going to go back up. I'm going to make it bold as well. And that should pretty much do it. We can add some animation if we want to. That'll be down here at the bottom. We're going to go with this one, and we're going to save. So there's our first feature box. Now what we can do now is we'll do a quick update. The reason we're doing this, I'm going to show you 2 different ways of doing some things now. So by doing the update now, we get an idea of if the settings for the initial feature box are correct and what we wanted them to do, or initial blurb box, whatever you want to call it, are the way we want it to look. So let's do a quick refresh here and we'll take a look at how that looks. Here we go. And there it is. You know what? That's pretty good. If I want to change the size of the header, I can go do that. I change the size of the logo. And you know what? Actually, coming to think about it, I think I will change that. I'm going to go in here and say, you know what? I don't really like that icon being that way. I'm going to make the icon white, and I'm going to make the circle the green. I'm going to make the outline black, and save. And we're going to update that now. And as that finishes updating, then we'll go over to the page, we'll do a refresh, and that will now change to the new icon look that we did. Okay, that's better. That's what I want. Cool. So looks great. Now to add the other two feature boxes in here like we put as far as the row and columns there's two ways of doing it. We can either hit this section here. You notice if you leave that, it says clone it. Click it, drag, drop. That simple. Click, drag, drop. Awesome. That will clone it and give us that same feature box right straight across. So if we go in and change any of these sections in here, such as the name, feature 2, and save it, it will change that on that page. Or, here's the fun part. Enable Visual Builder when you're looking at the page. So I'm going to click that button. Watch this. This is just a fun one to do. I find the Visual Builder can be a little buggy occasionally, depending on how many programs, websites you have open, so on and so forth. So if you have had issues, don't worry. Just don't save and you're fine. So if we do a mouse over here, look, that same box is there. So we duplicate it. I can take this, literally take that, drag it, put it here. Boom. There we go. Let's do that again. Here, take this, drag it, put it here. There we go. There's our feature boxes saved and put there. Now you notice some things don't look the same. That line doesn't look the same. Well, that's because we put some extra code, some different padding in there to change the way it looks. But going through, you can edit everything right in this section, which is really cool. And you click down here at the purple and the save button here to the right. In this case, I'm not going to save it because, oh, what do you know? It's going to say, hey, there's unsaved changes. I love the warning systems that are coming in place here. I'm going to say discard. We don't really care about that right now. Reason being is we're not keeping these feature boxes. So I'm going to click this X. I'm going to get rid of them all together now and just save the page, just so that if anybody is visiting our page, they're not seeing any of these different ones here. There. That will do it. It is done being saved. So what I'd recommend you do is go in, check out some of the things here on your site as far as the different things you can set up. Here we have our title and our pricing tables here. Here we have, again, our title and our pricing tables. We have our contact form here. Contact form, fairly easy. Now you notice here this one's a different color. Just something that you might want to check if you want to add sections. We will do this for websites as well as we build them. There's this for adding the entire sections. So you know if you've got here at the top, you have a full width section. Okay, there you go for adding full width section. You have a standard section. There you go right there, adding standard section. Specialty section. That's another thing. I haven't used this in this page, but the add from library is a very important one. Reason being is that's where we do the custom setups for your website. So let's say we go here and we go add from library. Here's our layouts. Look at that. Booking section, bookings, footer, our contact one. If I click that there, what do you know? That's the exact same ones we just added here, but it's global. So what happens is if I make a change to this one right here on this page, it will change every one throughout the entire website. Awesome feature to make life easy. Lastly, what you can do is I'm going to leave this. First of all, let's make sure we update, or do we update this page? One way to find out. Let's do a refresh here and see if that feature's gone. If it is, then we're okay to move. Take a look. Feature thing's gone. Good, we did our update. Reason is I'm going to show you quickly on a new page. So I'm going to go to add new. It's going to say, hey, are you sure? Yes, we're sure. We got the right one up there. Okay, so we're going to add a new page. And we're just going to say test page. Now this is what you'll get when you try a brand new page. It's got some very different things here. Page layout, right sidebar. We don't want that. We want it full width. So we change that. Now here's our builder section. There's nothing there. Use the builder. Suddenly the builder is in there, and check this out. Load from library. You have several generic predefined settings for pages, but you also have the custom library right here. Add from library. Look at that. So these are the ones that we have for our ImageStop, custom ones for our ImageStop website. As we go through, we have several different sections that we can use just to add. And I'm going to say that I want this for a case study page. If I click load, it will automatically pop in all of the fields for that preset. Okay, preset with generic information, text, web design. Next, case study, online store. And these are just presets that we've done. Check. It's got just filler Lorem ipsum stuff. More text here, done differently. Who's the team that worked on it? Different sizes, again, just for our own settings. You can see how the different everything's all set differently. Different images. We just pop generic images in here. So what this is this is how you can go in. So yours may be the standard website template. So you would click load from library, and in that add library you might have one that says standard website for your website, and you can add new pages in that way, one at a time. Now it doesn't automatically add it to the menu, but that's another tutorial. Very simple. So that gives you the idea of how you can play with this both internally and within the Visual Builder. I'm going to go back to the pages here because I don't want to save this one. This is probably going to be sitting there as a draft now. Let's go take a quick look. Yes, it is. I'm going to trash that one. Don't worry about this other one here, site not found. That's a draft one that we have set up for some of our any clients who have wanted or let one of their domains, I guess, expire, so that we can actually use that for people to be able to get somewhere, or at least inquire as to what's going on if necessary. But anyway, that's a little bit about how to use the modular builder. There are so many things out there, you can't possibly cover it in one tutorial, but this gives you a general overview so you understand how it can be used. Our advice, create a test page and play with it. Have some fun. Take a look there. One last thing for when you do create this test page, when you go in there and you've created it here, I would go over to the right-hand side where it says Visibility, Public, edit that and make it private. Reason being is then search engines will not index this test page that you're playing with, and it won't show up in searches so that people don't find this one and go, ooh, this site's horrible. But it allows you to play and have lots of fun. I'd recommend doing that. Play with it, do some stuff, and if you need to make changes, there's some ways of doing it. If you do have any difficulties and need to work with us, again, please do not hesitate to contact us through that form there on the very front of the website that you have. If it's an older site, does not have this form, we can be reached, greg@theimagestop.com, or of course with our phone number here, and that would be boom right there, 403-630-3409. So please have fun with that. Take care, and if you got any questions, let us know. That's Greg T here at the Image Stop, reminding you that image is everything.